Hi there YouTube, Extreme Trains here. So in this video we're going to take a little look at something which has now been covered by several other YouTubers. I will put some links in the description below to see their content on it. And it's Peter Alexander boxes. Difficult to review something like pajamas, but I more want to talk about it from the perspective of a collector and someone who was extremely surprised to find this on the shelves. And there's a bit of a commentary in terms of the thought that went into this, particularly given where Mattel is currently at in terms of the brand. So, what are we waiting for? Let's do it. This is fantastic packaging. This is what really caught my eye about these. I was thankfully alerted by Dieselworks, who was also his video on this is going to be linked in the comments, about these existing, and immediately I jumped on the website to find them and went to Peter Alexander, I think the next day, to pick them up. They are fantastic. I mean, a lot of the stuff at Peter Alexander, they really put some care into the way it looks, but this is one of the first times I've seen them put in this much care into packaging. Normally it's like other clothes, you just buy off the rack in a tag, but this, they've clearly put a lot of thought and design into how is this box going to present on a shelf, and it presented fantastically when it was on a shelf. You'll see here again, we come to the side, men's Thomas boxer short. There were two items for quote unquote men, as in adults, in the store. This was one of them. There was also an All Engines Go like set that had a shirt and pants that had the Thomas themed box, and I'll put some pictures up of the photos I took of them in the store on the screen now. But you can see this is one that I purchased because I was more interested in it, and also much more affordable. Talk about that in a second. So yeah, you can see we got a picture of James. These are all from the Railway series. Some of these seem like a little bit edited. I particularly don't remember James ever having that face in the Railway series, but perhaps it's someone who knows the books better than me can tell me which book that is from. Same on that side. For whatever reason, they did the back upside down. Like it's not like you have to flip it up. You have to flip it to get it the right way up, which is a bit weird, but anyway, that is what it is. Love the way you got this little message as if it's from Thomas, sending it to Mr. Peter Alexander, Sodor since 1945. We've got the little Thomas stamp here, which again, I don't know if that is actually a picture from the Railway series. It looks like it is, but I don't recognize it. Thomas and Friends, we've got a picture of the item. We've got all the legal blah blah here. We've got the box. Making tracks to great destinations. Haven't seen that since Calling All Engines came out. Like, that's a throwback in terms of branding. And then also, yes, you can see here, this is the price that I paid in Australian dollars. 60 Australian dollars for a pair of shorts, and pajama shorts at that is very expensive. Peter Alexander is an expensive shop. They make expensive things. They're offering it on sale. I think I got this at 25% off, so I think I paid $50 or something for it. But yeah, these are not a budget clothing items. And then we've already seen that one. Oh, and this is the other one we see of Henry and Edward. What to me is so interesting about this packaging is Thomas doesn't appear anywhere on the box except for the postcard. The Thomas and Friends and Peter Alexander collaborative toy item, I should say, does not feature Thomas. That to me is wild. And following on from my Edward video, we've got Edward here front and center in there. He's there. Then we've got James and we've got Henry. We don't even have Gordon, who's another very iconic character, and Percy, who's also hidden around on the side. So I don't know what the marketing strategy was from Mattel with this, but it's extremely weird to see this on the shelf, especially extremely weird to see this next to All Engines Go. And to me, what that shows is Mattel knows this stuff exists, and they know there must be a market for it. So then the question is, what are you doing? Like, where is the Thomas Wood, the Thomas Wood and Railway expansion stuff? Like, it's very, very weird. What we'll do is, I haven't opened this yet, so this will be a box I'm keeping. I never keep boxes of things as a general rule, but I'm going to keep it this time. And then just so we can see what the pattern looks like, here we go. So there we go, there's the box, just blue on the inside. Oh, let's see, it's still got I think, is there some kind of, yes there is, there's some tissue paper in there. That can come out, goodbye. So yes, you can see how this looks in terms of what the pattern is. It's a pastiche pattern, it's got Smiling Thomas and, Percy. I think is that from Percy Runs Away? I think it might be. One of those things where I think some of the books I've read so many times I remember where they're from, and other ones I don't. But you can see we've got all kinds of pictures of Thomas and Percy and James and there's Gordon and Edward and Henry. But again, Thomas and Edward, particularly Edward, is so prominent so prominent, which is interesting. That's from Thomas's train, I think. Flip it around on the back again, we can see all the front. I think this is actually the front. Again, we've got the same thing, lots of repeated patterns, but it looks just fantastic. And again, it's so interesting about how much they've given Edward and Henry, you know, and it's really, really the very early Railway series books that we're focusing on here, which is really, really nice to see. But again, so strange. Then we get this little tag. This is normally how you buy their stuff. It's just like on a rack like this. It's not in a box. So this was definitely something a little bit more luxe and a bit different to what they normally do. And then that's the information we've got on there. So a strange item if you're in Australia and you're seeing these. I know they've been out for a couple of months now. Absolutely, I would recommend going and grabbing one. On the one hand, I don't know if I want to wear these because I'm sure if I wear them, they'll get ripped or wrecked. But on the other hand, that's the whole point of having them. So I will definitely be keeping this box as a little memento of this. And I've got this video now as well. But yeah, this is a really interesting item, and it just makes you wonder where all the other Mattel merchandise has gone. You used to get Thomas branded everything 10, 15 years ago. When I was a kid, Thomas was everywhere. And now it's gone from one of the very big, discount retailers in Australia being Kmart. It's gone from supermarkets. There used to always be push-along engines available there. The range they've got is so much smaller. It takes up tiny amounts, and you can see plenty of Leokin videos, retail studies on that. This kind of stuff is so shocking now, not just because it's Railway series when we're in all engines go territory. It's so shocking because of how little marketing Mattel does for this brand compared to what they did 10 to 15 years ago. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it a bit interesting. I would love to know your thoughts in terms of what you think was going on inside Mattel's brain when they approved and also allowed these to go ahead, and also the other set as well if you have seen it, and or I said I've just shown pictures of it on the screen. Love to know your thoughts down in the comments. It's one of the favorite part about making videos, but otherwise that's a good time for the 6 Dream Trains.